Known as the treasure island of the Indian Ocean, Madagascar amazes with its unique landscapes, ancient traditions, and amazing biodiversity. This huge island, separated from Africa millions of years ago, is home to animals and plants that are found nowhere else. With its majestic baobab trees, mysterious lemurs, and unusual cultural customs, Madagascar amazes everyone who dares to explore its secrets. Join us to learn 15 amazing facts about one of the most amazing countries in the world. 1. The fourth largest island in the world. Madagascar is not just a large island. It is a miniature continent covering an impressive area of about 587,000 square kilometers. For comparison, it is larger than Spain or almost equal in area to the combined territory of France and Belgium. This scale makes Madagascar the fourth largest island on the planet, second only to Greenland, New Guinea, and Borneo. It is separated from the African mainland by the Mozambique Channel, up to 1,000 kilometers wide, which has played a key role in the formation of its unique ecosystem. Madagascar is believed to have broken away from the supercontinent Gondwana approximately 88 million years ago. This means that for tens of millions of years, it developed separately from the rest of the world, which led to the creation of its unique biodiversity. Geographical isolation, complex topography, and multiple climate zones, from humid tropical forests in the east to dry deciduous forests and thorny thickets in the south and west, all created ideal conditions for the formation of unique ecosystems that are unlike any other corner of the Earth. 2. Exceptional biodiversity, evolutionary laboratory. The main reason why Madagascar is often called the Laboratory of Evolution, or the Box of Endemics, is its incredibly high level of endemism. More than 90% of all plant and animal species found on the island are found only here and nowhere else in the world. This impresses scientists and naturalists who view Madagascar as a living catalog of evolutionary experiments that have allowed nature to create life forms unlike anything else. Among the most famous endemics of Madagascar are lemurs. These primates, which are not found outside the island, have become a symbol of the local fauna. There are more than 100 species, from tiny mouse lemurs weighing only 30 grams to larger indris, distinguished by loud voices reminiscent of the distant sound of a flute. But it is not only lemurs that make the island special. The chameleons of Madagascar are another legend. More than half of all chameleon species known to science live here, including the smallest representatives of this family, Bruchisia micra, whose body length does not exceed 2-3 centimeters. The island is also home to amazing insects, rare birds, unique reptiles, amphibians, and tropical forests abound in plants that are not found in any other part of the earth. 3. The land of lemurs is the symbol of Madagascar. Madagascar can be safely called the land of lemurs because it is here that more than 100 species and subspecies of these amazing primates live. Lemurs have become the calling card of the island, a symbol of its unique nature and cultural heritage. It is surprising that these animals, whose ancestors settled on the island millions of years ago, managed to survive and develop in the absence of large predators, which allowed them to occupy various ecological niches. The smallest representative, the mouse lemur, weighs only 30-40 grams and fits easily in the palm of your hand. But the indri, the largest of the modern lemurs, reaches 70 centimeters in length and is distinguished by its unique ability to produce loud sounds reminiscent of singing. Each species of lemur has its own characteristics. Some are active at night, some during the day. Some prefer to live in trees, others on the ground. Lemurs are not only important for the island's ecosystem, but also play a significant role in the lives of local residents. They are considered sacred animals in some cultures, and their behavior and habitat are often surrounded by myths and legends. Unfortunately, due to deforestation and hunting, many lemur species are at risk of extinction. About 95% of species are already on the list of animals threatened with extinction. Despite this, efforts to preserve them are actively supported by local and international environmental organizations. 4. Ancient isolation is the basis of Madagascar's uniqueness. 88 million years ago, Madagascar broke away from the supercontinent Gondwana, beginning its journey in the world's oceans as an independent island. This geological isolation was the decisive factor in the formation of a unique flora and fauna found nowhere else. The evolutionary processes that took place on the island in complete isolation gave nature the opportunity to experiment, creating unique species. Comparing Madagascar to other regions of the world, scientists call it an evolutionary paradise. Rare plants such as baobabs, which have a history of millions of years, have appeared here. 6 of the 8 known species of baobabs grow only here, creating a bizarre and majestic landscape. In addition, many plant species, such as meat-eaters of the genus Nepenthes or rare orchids, are also endemic. 5. The famous baobabs are the symbol of Madagascar. Baobabs are one of the most recognizable natural wonders of Madagascar. These majestic trees with powerful trunks and strange branches resembling roots have become a symbol of the island. 6 of the 8 known species of baobabs in the world are found in Madagascar, making this island a real capital of these unique plants. Baobabs have amazing properties. Their thick trunks can accumulate huge amounts of water, allowing the trees to survive in arid regions. Some baobabs live for several thousand years, making them living witnesses of history. One of the most famous places on the island is the Baobab Avenue. This is a picturesque road lined with giant trees up to 30 meters high, which has become one of the main attractions of the country. Locals treat baobabs with respect and awe, considering them sacred. They believe that these trees are connected to the spirits of their ancestors and often perform rituals at their feet. However, baobabs are under threat of extinction due to deforestation and climate change. Environmentalists are actively working to preserve these natural giants so that future generations can enjoy their grandeur. 6. The Tsingy stone forests are a unique natural wonder. Tsingy de Bimaraha National Park is one of the most unusual places in Madagascar. Its landscape is a giant labyrinth of sharp limestone rocks that rise above the ground, forming so-called stone forests. These bizarre formations, called Tsingy, create the impression that nature decided to play architect, erecting an endless array of pointed towers. The word Tsingy in Malagasy means place where you can't go barefoot, and rightfully so. The sharp edges of the rocks are natural traps. The limestone formations were formed millions of years ago when the water level receded, revealing underwater limestone layers that were eroded over time, creating this fantastic appearance. Tsingy is not only stunning in its beauty, but also home to many rare species of animals and plants that have adapted to extreme conditions. The park is home to endemic lemurs, chameleons, and birds, and rare plant species hide in the cracks and gorges. Tsingy de Bimaraha National Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is no surprise. It remains one of the most unique natural areas on the planet. 7. Ethnic diversity is a living heritage of Madagascar. Madagascar is not only a unique natural area, but also a real treasure trove of cultural diversity. The island is home to over 18 ethnic groups, each with its own traditions, language, customs, and unique history. These groups, known as Folkentons, were formed under the influence of various waves of migration, from African, Indonesian, and Arab to European peoples. The largest groups are the Merina, Betsileo, Sakalava, and Bara. For example, the Merina people occupy the central part of the island and are known for their agricultural traditions and architectural achievements. The Sakalava, who live in the western regions, are famous for their seafaring skills and have preserved a rich tradition of oral folklore. Each ethnic group contributes to the country's unique cultural portrait. Their customs include traditional dances, music, costumes, and unique rituals such as the Famadihana, a bone-turning ceremony. This unity and diversity makes Madagascar a true cultural mosaic, with each tribe preserving its heritage while contributing to the creation of a common national identity. 8. Languages and colonial heritage. Madagascar is a country where history and culture are intertwined with linguistic diversity. The official languages are Malagasy and French. Malagasy belongs to the Austronesian language family and is the national language of communication, covering all ethnic groups. However, dialects can vary greatly depending on the region, which once again highlights the diversity of the island. French, a legacy of French colonization, remains the official language of government, education, and business. Madagascar was a French colony from 1896 to 1960, and this legacy still influences the country. However, the islanders have managed to preserve their unique culture without being absorbed into European traditions. Interestingly, the Malagasy language has many loanwords from Arabic, Swahili, and English, due to a long history of trade contacts. This mixture not only makes the language interesting to learn, but also reflects Madagascar's rich history of interaction with various cultures around the world. 9. Baobab Avenue is one of the most picturesque places in the world. Madagascar is famous for its baobabs, but it is especially famous for the Avenue of the Baobabs, a picturesque road lined with majestic trees that reach 30 meters in height and are hundreds, sometimes thousands of years old. This place is located near the town of Morondava on the west coast of the country and attracts thousands of tourists from all over the world, becoming a symbol of Madagascar's natural beauty. The baobabs growing along this road are part of a unique ecosystem. Their powerful trunks are capable of holding huge reserves of water, which allows the trees to survive even in dry conditions. Locals call the baobabs upward roots because their branches resemble an inverted root system. The Avenue of the Baobabs is particularly impressive at sunrise and sunset, when the sun paints the trees in golden and orange hues, creating a truly magical atmosphere. This place is not only a natural monument, but also an important object for local culture. Locals often associate baobabs with legends about ancestral spirits, considering the trees sacred. 10. Unique chameleons are masters of disguise. Madagascar is home to the most amazing chameleons in the world. The island is home to more than half of all known species of these reptiles, including the largest and smallest. One of the most remarkable is Bruxia micra, a tiny chameleon that is no more than 3 centimeters long. This species was discovered relatively recently and has become a true symbol of Madagascar's unique biodiversity. The chameleons of Madagascar are amazing in their ability to change the color of their skin depending on their mood, temperature, or environment. This not only helps them hide from predators, but also plays an important role in communication between individuals. Their tongue, which can be longer than their body, allows them to hunt insects with amazing precision. In addition to the Bruxia, there are other rare species on the island, such as the panther chameleon with its brightly colored patterns. These reptiles have become an object of admiration not only for tourists, but also for scientists studying the mechanisms of their adaptation. However, many species are endangered due to the destruction of their natural habitat. Environmentalists are making significant efforts to preserve this amazing species, which makes Madagascar truly unique. 11. Religious and cultural syncretism, the unique spirituality of Madagascar. Madagascar is distinguished by an amazing synthesis of traditional beliefs, Christianity and Islam, which are intertwined in the unique spirituality of the island's inhabitants. The majority of the population adheres to traditional religious rites, which are based on the veneration of ancestors. For many Malagasy, ancestors remain important spiritual mentors, capable of influencing the lives of the living. Christianity, brought by European missionaries in the 19th century, became the dominant religion on the island. It split into Catholic and Protestant branches, each of which harmoniously intertwined with local customs. Many Christian ceremonies are carried out with elements of traditional rituals, such as family ceremonies honoring ancestors. Islam, introduced to Madagascar by Arab and Swahili traders, has also found a place in spiritual culture. Muslim communities, mostly concentrated in coastal areas, maintain their customs, which influence local culture, architecture, and cuisine. This religious syncretism makes Madagascar's spirituality deeply personal, reflecting a complex history of migration and cultural exchange. 12. The tradition of Famadihana, turning over the bones of ancestors. One of the most unusual and impressive traditions of Madagascar is the Famadihana, a ceremony of turning over the bones of ancestors. This ritual, common among the peoples of the central part of the island, is held every few years and serves as a way to pay respect to the departed relatives and renew their connection with the living. During the ceremony, the ancestor's coffin is removed from the family tomb. The remains are taken out, wrapped in new cloth, and then ceremoniously reburied. The process is accompanied by music, dancing, and feasting, making the Famadihana both a ritual of remembrance and a joyful celebration. Locals believe that ancestors continue to participate in the life of the family and that their proper veneration brings good luck and prosperity. This tradition is often of interest to tourists, but it has deep spiritual significance for the Malagasy. Famadihana not only reflects their ideas about life and death, but also shows respect for ancestors as a central element of culture. However, with the change of lifestyle and the influence of external religious ideas, this ritual is gradually becoming less common. 13. Unique field crops and spices, gifts of Madagascar to the world. Agriculture plays a vital role in Madagascar, where a large part of the population is engaged in farming. The island is known as the world's largest producer of vanilla, which makes up a significant part of its exports. Madagascar vanilla is prized for its intense aromatic properties and is considered one of the best in the world. In addition to vanilla, the island is famous for spices such as cloves, cinnamon, and pepper. These crops are grown on the island due to its fertile soil and tropical climate. Local farmers also cultivate rare varieties of rice, cassava, sweet potatoes, and coffee beans. Rice is especially important in Malagasy cuisine. It is the main food product on the island and a symbol of cultural identity. Interestingly, many traditional farming methods, such as terrace farming in mountainous areas, have a centuries-old history. These approaches help minimize soil erosion and conserve natural resources. Despite challenges such as climate change and pressure on natural ecosystems, the Malagasy continue to maintain the unique agricultural traditions that make their culture and economy so distinctive. 14. The origin of the name Madagascar is a historical error. The name Madagascar entered world history thanks to the famous traveler Marco Polo, but surprisingly, it arose from a mistake. In his 13th century notes, Marco Polo mentioned the name Madagascar, mistakenly taking it for the name of the city of Mogadishu, located in East Africa. However, his description had nothing in common with the real island, and later the name was assigned to Madagascar thanks to European cartographers. Interestingly, the locals of the island do not have a single traditional name for their land. They call their country Madagascar in Malagasy, which sounds similar to the European version, but its exact meaning is still a matter of debate. This historical error became part of the amazing destiny of Madagascar. Despite the confusion with the name, the island has long gained world fame thanks to its unique natural wealth and cultural heritage, which distinguish it from other corners of the planet. 15. Cultural taboos, Fady, rules that shape life in Madagascar. Malagasy society is deeply rooted in tradition, and one of the most interesting elements of their culture are the Fadys, specific taboos or prohibitions that vary from region to region and govern many aspects of daily life. Fadas can concern food, behavior, places that should not be visited, and even times of day when certain actions are considered unacceptable. For example, in some parts of the island, it is considered taboo to catch certain types of fish because they are associated with ancestral spirits. In other areas, it is forbidden to wear certain colors or work on certain days of the week. These taboos often have mythological or religious roots and serve as a way to maintain a connection between people, nature, and the spirit world. Violating the Fady is considered a serious offense that can bring misfortune not only to the culprit, but also to his family or community. To avoid such situations, locals strictly observe these rules, and even modern urbanized communities continue to honor such traditions. Fady is not only a manifestation of cultural heritage, but also a way to regulate behavior, maintain harmony in society, and respect for nature. This is one of the unique aspects that makes the culture of Madagascar so unusual and deeply traditional, despite the influence of globalization.